We have some breaking inputs coming in. Another shocking Canadian provocation. Consular officials at the Indian consulate in Vancouver were recently informed by the Canadian authorities that they have been and continue to be under audio and video surveillance and that their private communications have also been intercepted. Now, this is the state of affairs in Canada at the moment. Canada has confirmed Snoopgate. That's the big question. Indian consular officials, are they being spied on? Because according to reports coming in, they have been informed by the Canadian authorities that they continue to be under audio and video surveillance. And not just that, their private communications are also being intercepted. Minister of State for External Affairs Kirti Vardhan Singh, in a written response in Rajya Sabha, also mentioned how this raises concerns. We have Rishabh getting us more details. Rishabh, this is a serious matter. The officials there being informed by the Canadian authorities that they are being monitored, that they are under audio and video surveillance.
Well, definitely. If we see the Canadian Centre for Cyber Security has put India and Indian diplomats in segment 1, in section 1 for that matter, as per the written reply filed by Minister of External Affairs in Parliament of India in Rajya Sabha yesterday. Minister of State for External Affairs Kirti Vardhan Singh, who is also a member of Parliament from Gonda, has very categorically said that given that Canadian cyber security has kept India in section 1, which means that there is an amount of surveillance very clearly on Indian diplomats, and also the Minister of State informs the Parliament that there have been consular officers who are still in Canada, who are posted there, have been telling the ministry that how their private communications are being intercepted, all their phone lines are bugged, as well as they are under constant digital surveillance or cyber surveillance in Canada. And this is something that India has maintained. 2 months ago, at a press conference on Times Now question, the External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal confirmed back then that they have reports from the Indian diplomats posted in Ottawa and other consulates in Canada that they are under constant surveillance, and hence, any private conversation that the diplomats are having is being listened by someone or intercepted by someone.
All right, Rishabh, stay on with us for more details. We also have Amita joining us from the newsroom with details on the letter. Yes, over to you.
Right, Swati, because this is the response that is now coming in on part of the government of India on the resolution, especially when it comes to the issues with Canada is also concerned. So in response, saying that the two governments are in touch regarding the state of bilateral ties, respect for each other's concerns, territorial integrity and sovereignty are essential for a stable bilateral relationship. In this, government of India has repeatedly urged the Canadian government to take prompt and effective action against anti-India elements operating from its soil. This includes when it comes to secessionist and extremist element, from glorifying assassination of our leaders, issuing threats to our current political leadership and diplomats, and disrespecting and vandalizes places of worship, and espousing for the balkanization of India by calling so-called referendum. Now, in this with regards, when it comes to the consular camps as well, the government of India has gone on to say that while the Canadian authorities have been able to provide security protection to our diplomats and diplomatic properties, they have recently expressed their inability to provide security cover to our consular camps from the violent act of secessionist and extremist elements. This has prevented our diplomats and consular offices to render much sought after consular and passport related services at camps, especially organized with the help of community members for the benefit of the Indians as well as the Canadian citizens as well. So they have been saying, as the Indian government is concerned, our approach towards engagement with international partners has always been constructive and sincere, with emphasis on mutual trust, respect, understanding of each other's concerns. From India's perspective, each of its bilateral relationships stands on its own merit and on the independent relations with other countries. So on work that is now being done to resolve issues with Canada, this is the response coming in from the government of India.
All right, thank you for getting us